Guys, I hope you guys are doing amazing wherever you are in the world. My name is Boom Shikha and I welcome you to my channel. I really appreciate all the support you guys have been sending my way, and I hope that you guys are finding my content useful, and hopefully you've been able to use it for your own benefit, for your own self-actualization, whatever it might be. In this video I wanted to speak to you guys about how I've noticed I do this myself, and I really hate that I do this myself, and I hate that people do it around me. But I've noticed that I myself am a very happy person. I love life. I wasn't always like this, but now, I'm talking about right now in this moment in time, I'm very grateful. I'm very happy. My cells are alive. I feel a lot of joy on a daily basis, on a moment by moment basis. I'm really grateful to be here, grateful for all the different things I get to do. I'm so happy. And it vibrates in my persona and in my energy and in my body, this joy and happiness and peace and contentment. It's present, and everyone can feel it. I'm not apologizing for it. Well, not normally, I don't apologize for it, but I've noticed I do this. I make myself smaller and I make myself less joyful, or I hide my joy, or I pretend to kind of be like everyone else around me when I'm surrounded by a lot of unhappy, miserable people. Now, it's the wrong way to do things, I know, but the reason I do it is, when I am surrounded by really unhappy people, which is a lot of people, unfortunately. There are a lot of unhappy, miserable, depressed people out there. I'm not saying anything about them. I understand. I was like that myself. It took me a lot of work and a lot of time and a lot of effort to get to this point in time right now. And so I understand, it took me like hundreds of hours of journaling and meditation and self-work and crying in order to get to this point here. So I understand completely. I'm not saying anything about them. I'm not saying anything negative about them, or I'm not saying anything against them. I'm just saying that I know that it's hard for people like that to be around people who are happy, or like me, right? It's hard for them to be around me when I'm so happy and they're so miserable. So I've noticed that a lot of them will message me saying, "I'm sorry, I can't hang out with you anymore because I am, you're doing so well and you're so happy and you're living your fulfilled dream life, and I'm not. It makes me feel terrible about myself, and I can't be around you anymore." Right? And I understand. I'm not saying anything about that. I totally understand. But I've noticed when first people started messaging me saying that, I thought to myself, "Oh my God, really? I'm gonna start losing all my friends, all the people around me. How am I gonna live my life like this?" And so I started hiding my happiness or my emotions of joy and fulfillment and just this excitement to be alive. I started hiding it when I was around people, because I didn't know who was miserable and who was unhappy, and I was like, well, most people are, so let me just hide it. I only expressed this joy and happiness in my journaling, or when I was by myself in my room, or just on my own. I wouldn't express it when I was around someone because I was afraid that they were going to see it and they were going to be upset by it and that they were going to run away from me. I started off like that, okay? Maybe a few months ago, maybe a few years ago. But as of now, right now, I have realized this, and this is the reason I'm doing this video, is because I've realized that that's the wrong way to deal with this stuff, right? We are a mirror for the people around us. INFJs are a mirror. Individuals like us who are really joyful are a mirror for people around them. And so we are a mirror. We're showing them either what they are or what they're missing, right? And so when I present my joyful, boundless, amazing, ecstatic self to the people around me, what they are seeing is what they're missing sometimes. Sometimes they're really happy and joyful like me, and then we connect and we're really happy to have met our soul partners. But mostly what happens is that they see that they're not there yet, and they see how much work they have to do. Some of them will take it as in the front, and they'll be like, "You are the problem, I'm not the problem," right? And I accept that, and I disappear from their life, or they disappear from mine, and that's totally fine. They're not ready to see that yet. It's not the time for them. That's okay. They will get there eventually, and I might not be the person who shows it to them, the path, but that's okay. I've at least started the process of it, right? But if I hide myself, then they will never see the truth. They will never see how far they are from what they're supposed to be, how they're supposed to be living their self-actualized life. They will never see the difference between that, and they'll never move towards it, right? So we are the mirror. We show them in our joy how far they have to go, but the fact that it is possible for them. It's possible for everyone, obviously. And so in that moment, when you are deciding, should I show my joy or should I hide it? Always show your joy. Yes, you might lose a few people as your friends. I've lost a lot of friends, which is fine. But what will happen with it is that you will show them the path. And it's interesting because a lot of those people who first messaged me saying, I can't hang out with you, you're too happy and you're living your awesome life, and I'm not, and it just really makes me feel like crap. I've had a few of them message me a few months later or a few years later saying, I am sorry I said that, you really showed me how much I was missing out on, and I've been working towards it, and I feel like now we can be friends again. Now, it's my prerogative to say, yes, sure, we can be friends again, or no, I'm sorry, I can't be friends with someone who just dumps me because they're unhappy and I'm happy. That's my choice. But at least the point is that you were that teacher, you were that mirror for them, and you showed them, this is what you're living, this is the life you're living, this is the life I'm living. There's a huge difference between the two, but it is possible for you to achieve it because I am not more special than you in any way, shape, or form. I'm exactly the same as you. So if I can do it, you can do it. Really, it's that simple as that, right? So that is the point of this video. I don't want you guys, if you are like me, I hope you are, if you are at all like me, joyful and happy, and you are hiding your joy or happiness from the world because you're afraid either that you're going to be judged or that people are going to look at you and run away, or you're going to lose friends, or people are going to point fingers at you, or whatever it might be. There's a billion things people do, stupid, foolish things. And so if you're afraid of any of that stuff, the point is not to run away from that. You are not the problem. You are not the problem, okay? The fact that you're happy and you're living your fulfilled life is not the problem here. It's not the problem. The problem is that this person is refusing to see the truth. And if they're refusing to see the truth, that's not your problem. That's not your issue. That's their issue. They have to deal with that. And if they refuse to deal with it, then they need to leave. You're not the one who's the problem. You're not the one who's the issue. So you don't need to hide your beautiful, happy, ecstatic self. They need to either walk away from it, or they need to see it as a lesson, which is what it is, a lesson that they can achieve that life as well if they tried at it. And that's all it is all about, right? That's all it's all about. So no need to hide yourself anymore is my main tenet with this. Don't hide your joy. Don't hide your light. Don't hide your ecstatic self from the world because you're afraid that people are going to look at you like you're crazy. Dance if you want to, sing if you want to, show your joy to the world if you want to. Be happy, walk around and skip and hop and jump and be ecstatic because you're alive and you're living your awesome life and you're happy, and show it to the world because the world needs to see that. The world needs to see more and more of that because I see a lot of sadness and depression in the world, and people are happy and comfortable with that. But why are they uncomfortable with showing joy and happiness? Why is that such a bad thing? It's really odd because, I'll be walking around and I'll be with a friend and I'll be like, oh my God, I'm so happy right now. I'm so happy. And I'll just say that out loud because it's just something that I need to express. I'm ecstatic. I'm happy. The sun is shining. The breeze is beautiful. People are around me. I am happy and healthy. My family is happy and healthy. And I want to express that. And people always look at me like I'm crazy. They're like, what's wrong with you? And I think to myself, what's wrong with you? Why aren't you happy? You are alive. Do you know how much of a gift that is? Do you know how much of a gift it is to be alive? Do you know how many different ways you could have died by now? Do you know how many different ways you could never have been alive by now? I mean, think about it. This is a gift. You're given this awesome gift. And what are you doing with it? You're walking around moping about the fact that, I don't know, your latte doesn't have enough foam in it or something stupid like that, right? And so I refuse. I refuse to let those gazes of pity or sympathy or confusion make me feel like I'm not going to express myself and my joy anymore. I refuse to do that anymore. I've done that enough in the past, and I don't want to do it anymore. I refuse. I absolutely freaking refuse. I'm taking a stand. I don't want to do that anymore. If I want to walk around dancing and jumping because I'm ecstatic and happy that I'm alive, I'm going to do it. Even if everyone thinks I'm crazy, even if I lose all my friends, even if everyone leaves me, it's fine, because I refuse to pretend to be sad because everyone else around me is sad. I don't want to do that anymore. I refuse to do that. Anyways, I hope this makes sense to you guys. I'm so grateful that you guys are here. It's so grateful that you guys are watching and commenting and subscribing. I hope that I've been able to get my point across to you guys. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. I'm always here to answer your questions. I'm always here to answer any questions you might have about any topic, or to just have a conversation with you guys. Okay? Again, thank you again for watching. I shall see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.